Packers will have a first and goal. Receiver to the right, Jimmy Graham. Rodgers, quick toss in the flat, left side, got his man for the end zone, and a touchdown.
First and Goal Podcast on Spreaker.com. And we're now on all your favorite platforms: iHeartRadio, Spotify, Cashbox, Google Podcasts, Tumblr, YouTube, and SoundCloud. You can always follow us on Twitter at First and Goal Pod and our Facebook page, facebook.com/First and Goal Pod 33.
Get money, yeah. Get money, yeah. Get money, yeah. Get money, yeah. Every day I'm hustling. 3, 2, 1.
And welcome everybody to another live edition of First and Goal with me, your founder and producer, Jay in the UP, and down in Georgia, your host with the most, it's Dave.
What's going on, everybody? Good evening. And guess what, folks? It is rivalry week. Oh my God, I'm excited. Ready for some Bears-Packers. 100th year for the Bears, 101 for the Packers. It's NFL lore at its finest. I love it.
And we are broadcasting to you across the world in 8 different countries, FYI. So thank you, all those international listeners out there.
Thank you.
We appreciate your support. Pretty cool, pretty cool.
I know. It's actually pretty cool to be known worldwide now.
Prestige worldwide,
Worldwide. All right, folks, I'm going to jump right into it. I got some NFL news for y'all, and it has been a busy evening in the NFL with 2 days to go to the season. For one, Jared Goff gets extended maybe about 30 minutes ago, I think it was, and he gets 4-year contract going to 2023. And he's getting paid around $32 million a year. And I'm like, what? $32 million a year? That means we're getting a steal for Rodgers, folks. Think about that. Jared Goff, who he's an above average QB to good. Like, he's not great, but he's still
don't want to cut you
getting
off,
paid $1 million less.
But remember when we first, I think it was when we first couple episodes we did together before we really decided to really go forward. Remember one of the things I was bitching about to people?
Oh, yeah, we made the cap list. I remember we named off like all the top QBs, and
I said
Rodgers is one making $26.5 million this year.
Yeah, but he was 2 years early getting extended, which meant that they were going to be way under market value for what he was getting. I mean, come on. And now we're already – it hasn't even been a year since this happened, and we're already seeing exactly what we were saying. You're getting way under market value for this type of quarterback. So can we now move on from any of this being a hindrance from the team? Because Jared Goff cannot support a team the way that Aaron Rodgers can. And so if they can build a team around him at that salary, then Aaron Rodgers is no longer too expensive to build a team around. I don't want to hear that from anybody, anywhere, because if they do, everybody should be calling them bull crap. This is the proof right here.
Yeah, I agree. Going also to Ezekiel Elliott is really close to signing a new extension, and he'll have 5 days left of the season, or like 4 1/4 now. But the deal I've been reading is 6 years, $90 million, making him the highest paid running back. And I love the move here by the Cowboys paying Zeke before all 3 of the biggies, because now you have your horse locked up for the next 6 years. And you don't have to worry about your running game being weak at all, especially after extending the Dallas Cowboys offensive tackle, Leo Collins, today. They did that today as well, too. And they just extended out Jalen Smith recently. So, I mean, they're locking up all their young players and a lot of core young players at that. So, man, I think Dak Prescott is going to be the odd man out. Because Amari Cooper, even when he gets paid a higher amount, it's going to be less than Dak. Oh, yeah, we called it weeks ago.
Because he basically outpriced himself, and because he did that, he's either going to have to do one of two things. He's either going to have to play really well and force them to pay him something close to that, which I don't believe is going to happen, honestly. I think when it's all said and done, they're still going to look and say, yeah, but the tape shows you didn't do this and you do this, and it was the defense and the run game. I just don't see it. I think he's a quarterback that if he was on a worse roster, he would already been on and off the team, honestly. I just think he needs too much support around him. And so he outpriced himself. He should have asked for 18. He should have asked for like 25 and settled at 20.
He should have asked for about 22, 23. It would have been perfect, and then they all would have gotten their deals by now. But instead, Dak wants to ask for $40 million. Get out of here, dude.
We weren't even hearing about Lyle Collins or Jalen Smith. I feel like they're now purposely paying other people.
Yeah, Jerry's forcing their hand, and Zeke's folding into it, and I love it.
Sorry, I just jumped in there. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, no, you're good. I love the Cowboys' hatred. But the thing is, I'm not hating on the Cowboys itself. I'm just hating on Dak Prescott because he's being selfish as hell here. Zeke did get his deal, but he was working with the Cowboys to do it. It's kind of like Jerry was forcing Zeke to do it, but Zeke was also getting Jerry to do what he wants because Jerry knows he needs Zeke. So
we're not hating, FYI people, we are not hating on the Cowboys because actually what the Cowboys did was actually the opposite of what we expected from Jerry Jones. He played his hand perfectly. They went and paid guys we didn't hear about. Think about, did you hear anything about Jalen Smith? He got paid. Did you hear anything about Jalen Collins? He got paid.
No, Lyle Collins. Lyle Collins.
Sorry, Lyle Collins. Sorry. But my point is he got paid, right? And I bet you anything Amari Cooper's going to get paid. Do you know who's not going to get paid in this process? And Zeke is now getting paid, right?
Yep.
The one guy that was like outpriced himself and would not work with him and was all thinking his poop smells better than he thinks. He's the, like you just said, he's the odd man out. They're perfectly forcing him to basically prove that it's him, which honestly I think is going to force him to try to check and get out of things and do things that he normally wouldn't do that are not part of the scheme. And I think it's going to put him in bad favor with the team. And I think this is spelling a disaster for him on the field because it's putting a lot of pressure on him. And I don't think it's going to be good for him on the field.
Yeah, it really is. It's really going to hurt Dak, especially because this is the last year in his deal, I believe. And, I mean, the Cowboys can go out and get other QBs to operate this offense and have similar success. You have Tua from Bama. You have Jalen Hurts in Oklahoma. You have Justin Herbert from Oregon. And you can get him 4 years on a rookie deal to play with Zeke and Cooper after you sign Cooper. So, I mean, it makes perfect sense. Dak just wasn't in the cards for what the Cowboys wanted to pay him.
And by the time
also Dak was being selfish.
And if you get that rookie in the first round, you also get a fifth-year option. And by the time you actually have to pay him after that fifth-year option, when you start to negotiate it with him, guess what? You don't have to worry about it anymore. Paying Zeke again because he'll be used up and gone. You'll be drafting your next running back who will be on a rookie deal again. Well, look, this isn't a hot take. We could be wrong. This is the how and the why as we see it. It's just
currently it's happening like that.
Well, I'm just trying to explain so that Dallas fans or people aren't saying, "Oh, it's packed." No, we are honestly just looking at the situation and trying to, from our point of view of what we're doing a lot of assuming here, but it's based off of some, good assumptions and good hunches of how things seem to work and how things seem to be looking here, how they're playing out. We could be wrong, and if we are, well, we'll admit it. We've done it already several times, but this is just where we see it going now. Till then, this is what we feel.
Yeah, and you know what? I got to get something else in. Another big piece of news happened. Melvin Gordon, there's been one team that's come out and put in an offer trying to vet out Gordon from L.A., and I seriously think it might be the 49ers. Gordon went out and liked all the 49ers pages on Twitter, on Instagram, all the players' Instagram and Twitters, even the coaches and GMs, and I really think he's kind of giving them a sign, and I think the team saw that and is reaching out now. Can you imagine that San Fran offense with Jimmy G as quarterback, and you have Coleman, you would have Gordon, you would have Matt Breida. I mean, God, you wouldn't even need an efficient passing game. You could lean on that running game so much.
Wait a second.
that
I'm
happened.
going to be selfish here right now. Melvin Gordon cannot go to the 49ers because I drafted Coleman as a running back who happens to be on my team for fantasy.
I don't think he's going to take your fantasy team in account.
Based on the fact that he was now the lead horse in that zone stretch scheme that makes running backs so efficient and so good. And so, no, Melvin Gordon cannot go and take him and bump him off the starting job. No, Melvin Gordon. Back away from the 49ers. Go somewhere else. Go down to Dallas and take carries away from Ezekiel Elliott or out to New York. So
that ain't going to happen.
I'm just saying. Selfish.
Well, you know what? It's about time we call our guest, get him on, so we can have the Packers versus the Bears rivalry preview for Week 1. I know we can't wait. I know our guest can't wait, so let's go ahead and get him on.
I've been grinding so long, been trying this shit for years. And I got nothing to show, just climbing this rope right here. And if there's a man upstairs, he kept bringing me rain. But I've been sending up prayers and something's changed. I think I finally found my hallelujah. I've been waiting for this moment all my life. Now all my dreams are coming true, yeah. I've been waiting for this moment. It's good to be alive right about now.
And it is good to be alive right about now, and we welcome the one and only Austin from Halas Hall Brawl for Packers-Bears Rivalry Week. Say hello, Austin.
What's going on, guys? Happy to be here. Thanks for having me on. Looking forward to it.
Yes, we
You know
are.
what? We've been looking forward to it.
All right.
We've been looking forward to it a lot. Jay and I have been kind of amping up, and we even thought about bringing on another person earlier, but because we didn't want to seem like we were cornering you because it was like a 2-on-1. But I promise we will be cordial. Maybe a couple slight banters, but that's it, brother. I mean, it's a great rivalry, and I know as fans of both teams, there's a lot of people that respect each other out there.
Yeah, and of course, you guys can take some shots if you want. The favor will be returned later tonight when you come on our podcast. So,
Of course.
Well, but before we get into any of that, because you are a guest and it is a tradition and you're a first-time guest, we like to do what we call brag time. You got to introduce yourself to everybody. Tell